Hey everybody, today I'm in Tabletop Simulator and I want to show you some of the coolest things in Spellstorm. Today I'm going to show you one of the characters who is kind of a ninja type of character, and I'm just going to sort of riff about them, talk about their development and what we're going for, and kind of give you a sense of one of these characters in Spellstorm, which, by the way, is right now on Kickstarter. There's a link below, so please do check that out. But let's get into talking about this character for this game. So overall, if you don't know the rules to Spellstorm, basically it consists of a bunch of battles. Each battle is 4 rounds, and each round you're playing cards. Cards might damage the other player. You might draw cards, you might get other resources, but the objective is either to reduce the opponent's health to 0 or to get 8 storm shards. Here's your little power track here. Once this is up to 8, you can win that way. Or if your health goes all the way down to 0, you can lose that way. So those are the 2 basic things. On top of that, there's all kinds of supporting mechanisms, but that's the basics of it. And there's a lot of simultaneous action stuff. So, I might play a card here, you might play a card here. Oops. And we flip them simultaneously, and there's a whole countering system which changes what happens. So I get a little advantage here because fire, this is a fire card, beats earth. This is an earth card. And so because I beat him, I would actually draw another card. So there's a whole system here of like counters. We still do what the cards say, but yeah, that's pretty much how that works. So I think that's enough basic background so I can tell you about this really cool character called Omar Evans, who is a ninja. Now, this game has a lot of different, it has 8 different characters, and they each have their own sort of things that they're kind of trying to do and trying to be good at. Here's Omar's wizard card, and I can zoom in at like this. Omar is a ninja, and he has relatively low amounts of health. He's actually only got 9 health, which is one of the lowest in the game. Most characters have between 10 and 14. So he's pretty like weak in that sense. However, he has these special cards that no one else has, cards like these called the technique cards, and there are 3 of them. And Omar's ultimate ability is to play one of these cards face down onto his character card. And it's a little bit like if you've ever played Hearthstone, they have secrets. Certain things happen and that the secret goes off, it triggers. And these technique cards are kind of like that. So they each have a trigger. This one, for example, says you may reveal this if you revealed fire and countered an opponent. So basically, it's an extra sort of bonus for countering. And in this case, you can actually knock the other player's card out and it doesn't even activate. So that's a good way to like maybe block some damage with Omar, if you can predict what they're going to do. Like Omar is very much the like predict what the other player is going to do right now, kind of a glass cannon sort of character. Here's another one of those techniques. This one's called dodge. You may reveal this when an opponent's dealing damage to you. And you negate the damage and you gain initiative. So an initiative is that's what the little lightning icon is. Initiative is really good for dealing more damage too. So and here's the thing too, you have to pick one of these to put on your thing, and after it resolves, it stays there until you do your ultimate again, and then you can swap out a new one, and you swap out it secretly. So the other player will know, okay, well, he hasn't done cleave, but I don't know which one of the other 3 this one is. And then when this one's done, he does this. This goes actually back here. And then you can play one of these 2. But you basically, the whole thing is you can't play the same one twice in a row. And what's the 3rd one? Poison trap. You may reveal this after the opponent uses their ultimate. The opponent gains a curse, which is like kind of a bad card that hurts them over time. And you draw 2 cards, which is pretty strong. So you want to time these. And the other interesting thing about Omar is that on the bottom left of this card, you can see his ultimate ability costs 3 mana. That's very low. Most ultimates cost 5 mana, or some cost 6 or 7. So 3 is very low. So Omar can cast his ultimate frequently, but it's a matter of getting the hidden movement to actually trigger. So that's really what you want to do. Optimal Omar play is like, you know, cast it, get it to trigger right away, cast the ultimate again, get it to trigger right away. Do that really quickly. And if you can loop that quickly enough, you're going to be getting a lot of value out of Omar. So we haven't even talked about his 2 character cards. So that's just his ultimate. So let's talk about his 2 character cards really quick. They're Beetle Buster and Shuriken. Beetle Buster deals 1 damage to a chosen player. If that player still has more health than you, you deal 2 additional damage to them. And we're still tweaking the rules of this a little bit. And then the little icon on the bottom there says you can do your ultimate if you have the mana. But yeah, this is basically just a high damage card. It's actually probably the most damaging card in the game. Single card, you know, that does damage like that. It's very simple. And yeah, so this is what I mean about he's like kind of a glass cannon. If he can stay alive, he can really dish out a lot of damage. And then Shuriken, this card always goes first, even if you don't have initiative, which is kind of an interesting thing. That's not how the game works. Like usually it's like whoever has initiative goes first, but in this case, you always go first with Shuriken. And it negates the opponent's card, and then you can play another card as well. So it's very like getting free actions, like very fast sort of ninja denial kind of stuff. So this is another way that you can dodge damage. If you think there's going to be a big damage card about to land on your face, you can dodge it with this. So yeah, those are Omar's 2 wizard spell cards. And the last thing I'll say about Omar is he has a passive ability, which is called Card Slicer. If he ever gains an Earth card, he can lose 1 power token to void it. So if you're just getting cards from what we call the Storm Cloud, which is kind of like the market, you probably wouldn't use this ability. Because but you might just not want to clog up your deck. It could be useful just for voiding purposes, you know, for keeping the deck thin. But you can also use this if someone sends you, there's a certain kind of wound that's a earth color wound called the ash. If somebody sends you that ever, you can just slice it in half right away. I'm allergic to ash. Sorry about that. Yeah, so anyways, that's Omar Evans. I just wanted to quickly run through some of his stuff with you. He's pretty cool, and we're still working on the balance. And I'm allergic to ninjas also, pardon me. But yeah, we're still working on the balance and stuff. But yeah, come by the Discord and help us play, and definitely spread the word about the Spellstorm Kickstarter. I think it's going to make it to its goal, which is very exciting, but it needs every bit of help that it can get to make it there. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will make another one of these videos if there's time, and if people enjoyed this one, let me know. Take care.